Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Muhammad Sharif, your host of Eman Rush Moments Hajj edition. And today, inshallah ta'ala, mixing and matching, we're going to be talking about exams. Okay, but before I begin, you know what to do. Press the love button. Bing. And inshallah ta'ala, when I'm finished, check out hajjcoach.com. I have a 10-part video course for you to get you prepared for the Hajj journey, inshallah ta'ala. It's unlike anything that's out there in preparing you for Hajj, so that you get a total Eman Rush moment Hajj experience, inshallah ta'ala. Alright? So let's begin. This comes from the Hajj journal of Muhammad Sharif, 1997. In 1997, I was still a student at Medina University, and there was one course in Medina University that was like the most difficult for me. That was the Arabic grammar course, Nahu and Sarf, right? Nahu was a very difficult course for me, and I actually failed that course. And there was one year that when the exams at Medina University, they're 2 weeks, right? 2 week, and what they do is they keep the Arabic grammar course on the beginning of the second week, so that you have the weekend to prepare for that exam, because they know that's the hardest exam. Most students fail that exam, and I've failed that exam in the past, and I was like really pumped up getting ready. Okay, so now what happens is that, okay, the weekend in Medina is Thursday, Friday. Okay, it's Thursday, Friday, and exams are coming up, and this was like the first semester. So I'm sitting in my apartment, and it's a Friday afternoon after Jama'ah, and I'm, the biggest, hardest exam of my life is coming up the next day, and all of a sudden there's a knock at the door. So I open the door, and in those days in Medina, we didn't have telephones, so if somebody wanted to talk to you, they actually had to come to your house, because nobody had phones over there. I didn't have phones. This was like 1997. Okay, so a brother, he was a Canadian student studying in Medina University, and he comes knocking at the door, and he says, Muhammad, there is a group who's come for Umrah, and they've come from America, and they need somebody, an English-speaking student, to come give a lecture. So now, hold on a second here, okay? I got the biggest exam of my life coming up on Saturday, and this guy is telling me that these people need a speaker to come tonight, after Asr, actually, to come after Asr and give a speech to their Umrah group. Now, what is Muhammad Sharif to do? So now I'm in this dilemma. I had actually, in those days, I wasn't some speaker. I was just a student. I hadn't given many speeches. However, I had a speech that I had prepared for like a brother's halaqah that got canceled, and I had the notes from that speech ready. And I said to myself, I remembered a hadith at that moment. And the hadith was, Wallahu fi aun al-abd ma kana al-abdu fi aun akhi. That Allah is forever in the service of His slave, so long as His slave is in the service of his brother. Okay, so I said, because my exam is tomorrow, okay, not because I have a big exam I can't help out. No, I was like, because my exam is tomorrow, and I truly, honestly need the help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this exam, I will give this lecture after Asr in hopes that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I'll help this group, this Umrah group, in hopes that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will help me in my exam coming the next day. Alright, so this is what happened. I went to, the Prophet's Mosque after we prayed Asr, we went to the hotel, I gave a speech, and this is Muhammad Sharif. I don't know how old I was at that time, maybe like 21 years old, something like that. And Muhammad Sharif, like raw, right? Back in the day. Imagine if somebody heard that speech and they're like, they don't even know who Muhammad Sharif was. So I gave the speech, and mashallah, it really went well. People in the audience were crying. It was like really emotional speech and so on. And then as we walked away from, we finished the speech and everybody thoroughly enjoyed it. Alhamdulillah, I was happy. And I was walking away. So then the Hajj organizer starts peeling off some money for me. And then I'm like, I didn't do this for money, right? But as a broke student, money's appreciated, by the way, but I wasn't doing it for money. It just, he gave us some money. It was me and another brother, by the way. He gave us some money, and then he said, would you like to accompany our Hajj group this coming Hajj, which was coming up in maybe 2-3 months after that? And that was the first time. This is like a job offer. You know, would you like to come and work as a Hajj guide, a Hajj coach for a Hajj group? I said, yeah, I'd love to go, right? And then alhamdulillah, that year I went with this Hajj group, and I went with this Hajj group for about 3 years until I graduated. And subhanallah, and the reason that I mention this is because ever since then, that was 1997, I've had the opportunity to perform Hajj every single year since actually from 1993, but since 1997, even when I moved back to the US and moved back to Canada and all of that stuff, I still had Hajj groups lining up to give me all expense paid tickets to Hajj and take care of everything so that I would come with the Hajj groups and be a Hajj coach. I remember that day back in Medina University when I said to myself that if I help these people, Allah will help me. And indeed, this is my Eman Rush moment, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala all these years has blessed me with the opportunity to go for Hajj year after year after year because of that moment when even though I was in difficulty, I decided to help the people out. Hopefully, inshallah ta'ala, it's a lesson for all of us, even when we're in difficult times, to help out your brother, help out your sister, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be in your assistance, in your help, inshallah ta'ala. And maybe you'll become a Hajj coach one day as well. Alright? This is Muhammad Sharif reminding you, check out hajjcoach.com. Hajjcoach.com, I got a 10 video series that can get you prepared in your mind, in your heart, in your body. You get you prepared for Hajj unlike any other Hajj program out there. Check it out, hajjcoach.com. This is Muhammad Sharif signing off, and you press the like button, right? Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.